Hi viewers, this is Sri Ramlu. So this is the most important things for the aspirant who are preparing for the IIT JAMs. So here there are IIT JAMs questions, solved questions are there, and this IIT belongs to that in 2019. Okay, so let me start one by one. There are the three sections. Among them, first section which carries 1 mark for each questions. Here first question. Okay, so the function f of x is equals to 8x by x square plus 9 is continuous everywhere except at. So above function, this function is continuous everywhere, but except at one point it is not continuous. At what point that is? Whether it is at x is equals to 0, or at x is equals to plus or minus 9, or at x is equals to plus or minus 9i, or at x is equals to plus or minus 3i, where it is. That is here we have to find. So here the option answer is given as D only, but how it is D? So substituting the options, first substitute the options in the function, in this function, then we can decide whether it is continuous function. Now see here, first substitute x is equals to 0 in this function, then what you get? F of x is also 0, right? Here above function is 0, so at in the place of x substitute the 0 value, then 0 by 0 square plus 9, it becomes 0 only. Right? So when you substitute the value x is equals to 0 in this function, the function becomes 0. This function becomes 0. And now at x is equals to what he is asking, the function is continuous. So here it is continuous function. At this also continuous, here also continuous, but at this point it is not continuous. So that means here we are getting infinity value. Where we get the infinity value, there the function is discontinuous. Okay, so where we get the value either 0 or in terms of complex numbers or imaginary number, complex numbers mean imaginary numbers, there the value, the answer is continuous. So if you substitute the plus or minus 9 value in this equation, 8 into plus or minus 9 by, here the 9 square is a plus or minus 9 square becomes 9 square only plus 9. Okay, so how much you get here? 9 square 80, here 9 7 9 8 72, and 9 square means 81 plus 9 becomes 90. So plus or minus 90 you can get. And similarly if you substitute the value plus or minus 9i, then you can get a 72 by 72i, 72i by 72, 72 gets cancelled, so minus or plus I you can get here. When you substitute the plus or minus, here you get reverse minus or plus. So here we are getting value. But if you substitute the value plus or minus 3i in this function, then what you get? The below term becomes 0, but above you can get 24, but then something by 0 is infinity. So here at this point it is discontinuous, it is not continuous. Okay, so friends, this is the first question. Next, second question is, a classical particle has total energy E. The plot of potential energy U as a function of distance R from the center of force located at R is equals to 0 is shown in figure. Which of the regions are forbidden for the particles? Okay, here classical particle is there and has how much its total energy is E total energy, and there is a graph, plot of potential energy U, it is a function of R. So that means here the graph is given. Okay, so this side 1 3 are positive energies and 2 4 are negative energies are given, and potential energy, it is a function of R. R means a function of R means how the R value changes, energy changes. So options are given like this, and answer is saying option D. How it is D? The region 1 and 3 are forbidden as for this region, because why, see here, potential energy is greater than total energy, right? So here above these are the potential energies. Okay, so potential energy is greater than the total energy, so it cannot possible generally. Okay, so that is why these are the forbidden. So potential energy never greater than the total energy. Okay, either it is equals to total energy or it must be less than. Okay, not greater than. So that is why, so the region 1, 3 are forbidden, not possible in 1, 3. So that is why answer is D. Next question. In the thermal neutron induced fission of uranium-92 to 35, the distribution of relative number of observed fission fragments are yields. Fragment means pieces, yields means yields versus mass number. So here the fragment versus mass number, A is given by, so below diagram is given fragment versus mass number. This side fragment is taken, this side mass number is taken. Okay, here for thermal neutron uranium-92 to 235, for this we have to show the relation. So here the answer is A. How it is A? The percentage of technetium is 6.13 and cesium is 0.69 percentage. So technetium is A is equals to its atomic mass is 99 and its atomic mass is 135. So the fragments of Tc and Cs are almost equal and also maximum in this. Okay, all the fragments are also correct, so answer A is. So here the fragments are higher and you cannot see the anywhere. Here one fragment is low, one fragment is high, one fragment is low, one high, only one is high. So that is why the both fragment where the high values are present, that is answer. Now, which of the following crystallography planes represent 101 Miller indices of cubic unit cell? Okay, so here which of the following crystallographic these are the Miller indices. So here if Miller indices are given, then here you have to calculate its intercept. Okay, so here answer is given as B. How it is given? Miller indices are 101. Okay, 101. Then intercept C. Let the intercept lengths of the plane x, y and z axis are A, B, C. Let them. So A is what? A is equals to what? 1 by 1. Okay, 1 by this one. Next B is equals to 1 by 0. C is equals to 1 by 1. Okay, so these values we have to substitute in denominator. Then what value you get? See here, intercept A is equals to 1 you got, B value infinity you got, C value 1 you got. That means the plane, it is, see, this plane is touching to, it is a x axis, it is y axis, z axis, touching to the x and y only, but it is parallel to the, touching to the x and z only, parallel to the y. So which one is see? Parallel to the, it must touch to the x and z only, x and z. See, it is touching to the x and touching to the z. Okay, it is not touching to the y. So see, it is like this, inclined, so not touching to the y. So that is why this plane is correct answer. Okay, so intercept is at 1 unit on x axis, at 1 unit on y axis, but not intercepting on it is at 1 unit on z axis, at 1 unit on y axis, not touching to the y axis. Sorry, A is means it is intersecting to the y axis at 1 unit, it is intersecting the z axis at 1 unit. Y is equals to infinity means it is not intersecting, it is a parallel. Y infinity indicates that plane is parallel to the y axis. So here only that possible. If you have to see clearly, you can see here it is x, y, z. So it is touching to the z and x only. Inclined means it is not touching anywhere on y axis. Next question. The Fermi-Dirac distribution function n of E is, okay. So Fermi-Dirac, so you must keep in mind there is a one logic. What is that logic? For Bose-Einstein, Bose stands for Bose means minus, Bose minus, Fermi plus. So for Fermi-Dirac distribution plus you can get, and Bose-Einstein minus you can get, okay. For MB statistics you cannot get either minus or plus, even one you cannot get. So where minus and plus we have to check. See here. So for everyone the formula is same, but where minus 1 plus 1 is different for Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac. Okay. So for Bose-Einstein, for Fermi-Dirac, what is a Fermi means plus. Where the answer is C, check it the plus where. So here it is a plus, and here it is also plus. But total energy minus Fermi energy it is. But here Fermi energy minus total energy. So it is not our answer. Answer is this one only. For Fermi it is. For Bose is what answer? For Bose answer is this one. Why it is minus 1? For Bose means minus, Fermi plus. Okay. So minus 1 plus 1. Plus 1 for Fermi, minus 1 for Bose. So it is a minus 1, it is plus 1. But total energy minus Fermi energy is important. Okay. For MB statistics, so MB distribution you cannot get a one term. Okay, see, let me. Fermi-Dirac describe a distribution of particle over a energy state in system consisting of many identical particles that obey Pauli exclusion principle. So here Fermi-Dirac, what it obeys? It obeys Pauli exclusion principle. So only this one can obey. Bose-Einstein cannot obey Pauli exclusion principle, and MB statistics also cannot obey Maxwell-Boltzmann. See here answer. 1 by e power of E minus EF by KBT plus 1. Okay, Fermi for plus 1. For minus Bose. Next question number 6th. If phi of x comma y and z is a function of which satisfies the Laplace equations, then the gradient of phi is, okay. Here gradient of phi we have to calculate. What is the gradient of phi? Here function, let it is a function satisfies the Laplace equation. Laplace equation is what? Laplace equation is del cross p is 0, where it must be a scalar gradient. Okay, scalar gradient means it can be written as p is equals to del psi. Okay, like this only it is given here. So Laplace function is del square psi is 0. Del square psi is 0. Okay, but when it is for irrotation, del cross p must be 0. For solenoid, del dot p is 0. When it is 0, when p value is del phi, then only it is 0. When you substitute p value del phi, see, substitute here p value del phi there in the above equation. In this equation substitute this one. Already del cross p is equals to is given, and del cross in the place of p substitute this value as a del psi. Curl, it is up to here curl of gradient is always 0. Okay friends, curl of gradient is always 0. So that is why that is 0. It is irrotational. For solenoid same. So for solenoid, see here del cross del not cross for solenoid dot, it is del dot p is equals 0. When it is p is equals to del dot del phi, divergence of gradient is 0 always. Curl of gradient is 0, divergence of gradient is also 0. Okay, So that is why these equations are satisfying. So that is why that is a irrotational solenoid. Okay, where it is solenoidal field, that is, and irrotational. Okay, that function is solenoidal and irrotational. Next, in a heat engine based on Carnot cycle, heat is added to the working substance at constant. So generally at what things we can add the heat, so that is here given. A Carnot cycle involves two adiabatic and two isothermal process. Okay, so already adiabatic explained and isothermal also explained below. See, listen. No heat transfers in adiabatic process. Okay, adiabatic process means heat energy is constant. So heat is only added to working substance in isothermal compression only. So in which temperature remains constant. In isothermal process, temperature is constant. Adiabatic process, heat is constant. So in adiabatic process, heat constant means we cannot add the heat. In isothermal process, temperature constant, that is why we can add the heat and we can remove the heat also. So that is why we can add in which process? In isothermal compression only. So option is C, at temperature constant. Heat can be added. Next, isothermal compressibility is given by, which is the isothermal compressibility? So option is C is saying. So it is how? Isothermal compressibility is a measure of relative volume change. It is a volume change of fluid or solid as a response to the pressure change at a constant temperature, and it is given. It is delta V by delta P. It is dP by dP. So volume changing. Okay. So here minus indicates volume decreases. That is a compressibility. Compress means when you suppose if you have this substance or it is a spongy, if you apply the force from all the sides, what happens? Its volume decreases. So decreasing volume is showing here minus. Okay, 1 by V original volume, it is change in volume. It is taking place at constant temperature. So that is what is isothermal process. Okay. So option is C. Next, for using transistor and amplifier, transistor as an amplifier, choose the correct option regarding the resistance resistances of base emitter. Base emitter can be written as RBE, and base collector RBC junction. Okay, for amplifier, which answer is correct? For amplifier, see here first, let me. Transistor works as an amplifier in active mode, in which base emitter junction is forward biased, that is RBE is low. Forward bias means when we get the forward bias, when it is in forward bias, then current starts flowing. Current flowing means what? Resistance, what happens? Decreases. So here resistance is low. BC junction is reverse bias. In reverse bias, current cannot flow. Current not flowing means resistance is very much high. So RBC high. Okay, so option is B, very low RBE and very high RBC. A unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing A is equals to, right, and it is not A, it is B is equals to, sorry, A is equals to I plus J minus 2K, it is B is equals to 2I minus J plus K is, what is? There is a, what I am asking, perpendicular vector to them. Perpendicular vector to them means just to cross them. So if you cross, then you can get one vector and take its unit vector. Okay, unit vector means what we have to do? Vector by its magnitude. Vector by its magnitude. Vector by its magnitude. Magnitude can be written as unit vector as A cap. Okay, for this what I am doing? So n cap is equals to vector cross product by their magnitude. So first take the cross product. So cross product of two vectors. So which vectors already given? Two vectors, A vector and B vector. So take their cross product. Okay, their cross product is this one. right, cross product. From this we got this equation 2 and take its magnitude. Equation 2 magnitude, its magnitude is as a root 35. So this vector by its magnitude gives a unit vector which is perpendicular to A and B. It is perpendicular to A and B. So perpendicular to A and B is a unit vector. So okay friends, these are the questions of solved papers of IIT-JAM 2019. Okay friends, don't forget watching this video till the end. Thank you.